All right. Howdy and aloha, everyone. This is James with Mana Talk. No, I don't have my glasses on or contact lenses, but I thought I'd start the show with me, just me. Um, Mana Talk means mystical power, right? You've seen it in games and stuff like that. And talk means, use your words. And there's a lot of stuff still going on out there. But I want you to brace yourselves because I don't want you to. I mean, it's the month of Halloween, and I'm gonna say I don't want to scare you too soon. I know Halloween gets a little scary sometimes. Lots of blood and guts movies out there, all kinds of stuff. But I'm gonna show it to you now, so brace yourselves. I just thought I'd start off with just a little spook, so I'm gonna spook you a little bit, and then I'm gonna not leave it there for too long. That is Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Wow. Well, I'll edit that later, but man, yeah. It'd be a great mask. That's all I'm saying. It would be a great mask to spook a lot of people out there. Holy moly guacamole. Yeah, that was pretty bad. All right. The big thing now is Trump keeps talking about more recently. Well, he's always talked about peace. He, like, quote unquote, I just want the killing to stop. Okay, great. And he's done about 6 or 7 peace talks and done really well, in my opinion. You can have your own opinion. At this point, it really doesn't matter to me because if you're still on the side of the Demoncrats, then I really don't want to have anything to do with you. Unless you want to go fishing or play some golf or something like that. But if you're going to talk politics with me, don't even try. Because I've done all my research. I've done all the due diligence. I've went down the abyss. The Demoncrats are fucking a satanic group of sick motherfuckers. And I'm just telling you. Okay? That's all I have to say. And I've got plenty of proof to prove it. So if you want to come on here and challenge me to that, please do. Please do. The thing that I want people to know mostly about is there's this shutdown thing, and it's happened on and off for decades, right? It's just it's a leverage thing, who we want we want our party and our lobbyists and our donors and our military industrial complex and our big pharma people to have this, and we want our NGOs or World Economic Forum types and to have that, and it's just a fucking ridiculous revolving door that just keeps going around, and it's getting stupid. But the Democrats keep saying, the Demoncrats, they keep telling everybody that they already have that Medicare and Medicaid can't and any financial assistance and all this other stuff that has been proven to be given to the illegal look up the word illegal immigrants that have came in here in the past 4 years, and then it finally ended a few months ago when Trump took office, which is great, which is good because look, like I said, 2, 3, 400,000 per year for the past few decades. It's gone up a little bit more, gone down, but 20 million illegal immigrants in 4 years, that's way out of control, and it's not going to help anybody, especially if you're a law-abiding, patriotic, God-fearing, or whatever fearing you are, citizen of the United States. Your job's going to be taken away, your votes are going to be taken away, and there's some other things that are happening out there in regards to the illegal immigrants. But I will say this: they keep telling the Democrats keep saying these words: the Republicans did the shutdown. And I'm hearing it all over Facebook. I mean, my Facebook is just freaking filled with oh shit. God, sorry about that. My bad. Let me get off of there. That's pretty nasty. All right. I'll get to that in a minute. But there's still a lot of people that are they're just amazingly upset. There's a stream I put on here. How'd that go? There's just a ton of pushback. So keep in mind that Democrats voted to fine American citizens for not buying insurance and then conspired to give it to illegal immigrants. That's true. There's nothing not true. Damn, you are dumb. Okay, there you go. That's helpful. Not true. It's just all this stuff they're putting in here. All this, I don't know. It's. I've read it. I've researched it. I went through it. They're full of shit. It doesn't. None of it pans out. Right. Because the liars said so. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff in here. It's just continuous. Now this one got really hot and heavy. There were, what if I can put that over here and see if we can get to see it over to the right here. This one. Insanity is when illegal refugees or illegal immigrants get $3,874 a month federal assistance, while Social Security checks average 120. That happened. I checked it out. It happened. It's just weird that nobody wants to say that it didn't happen. And the things that you're hearing here, you're in a cult and believe anything that fits its agenda. Stop spreading lies. Wake up, magtard. Insane is this ugly, untrue post. This is exactly why the hate owned by billionaires to keep America giving. This is like the same shit I used to say back in 2014-15 when I was trying to help Bernie Sanders. It's almost identical, the things I used to say, because I was just watching MSNBC. And that's how that went. That's this all NBC. I mean, I can go on and on. Some of those people, I don't know where they came from. I think I unfriended a few of them because they got a little out of control. I mean, there was no point. There's nothing in it for me from them. It's not even worth my time. And I've tried. I've tried in the past. I've tried so many times in so many ways to talk to these people, to not convince them, to just throw out data, throw out documentaries or documents, or throw out videos of actual people saying things, not edited, not out of context. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They hate Donald Trump. It's TDS, basically all it is, and it's just continuous, and it just continues and continues and continues. And there's nothing I can do. I'm not even trying anymore. I'm not going to try to convince anybody of my information being better than your information or more accurate than your information in regards to the Demoncrats. I'm not even going to try with them, because when it comes down to it, no matter what, they're going to freak out. They're probably mentally ill. There's something fucking totally wrong with them. Who knows? They're on medication or drugs or drunk or whatever the fuck the case may be. And it's just not worth my time or my effort. But the problem is, they're out there. There are some fucking lunatics, coming out of the dark that are still out there. And when I think about that, I think about ICE and doing what they do, which is good, because they're going to go after the people that are fucking losing their minds. And they should be in an asylum. They should be in a place that should keep them from hurting themselves and other people, because that happens. That does happen. And I wish the best for everybody. I always do. I always have. But in this particular case, there are some people you just can't help. You try and you try and you try. And I spent probably from 2017 to God, maybe less than a year ago. I just kept, more so recently, but for years and years and years, I said it's just not worth my time anymore. It's not worth my time. It's not worth my energy. And even talking about it right now, to be honest with you, is just a waste of fucking time. I'm just letting you know that I've tried to have just a casual, regular conversation. There's been people on my YouTube that all they want to do is just say that Trump is an evil, nasty, terrible human being, and I don't buy it. Once I researched that guy, I just knew it wasn't what they said he were. The sad problem is, in regards to Trump, is not really himself. It's the people that he's surrounding himself with. And the reason I say that is because, and I had that picture up, I think I lost it now, but that picture pretty much indicated what I had been concerned about for a long time. My concern is, where'd it go? Here we go. My concern is, where did it go? Oh, there it is. Okay, it was a little off there because I had to read that stuff on the side. But this is my biggest concern. And I've talked about this before, and I've listened to Trump, and man, God, I mean, some people are just sick of him, but I've learned to try to understand the man and where he's coming from. Now, no, he's never been that person that has picked up like I do every once in a while at work. I'll pick up a sweep bucket, dustpan, and I'll go out and clean this or wipe a table with that or do whatever I can to help my team out and the people I work with. And I don't really have seen him that, but that doesn't make him an evil and bad man. He's just had he had a grandfather that owned a parlor that did pretty good, who brought his son, Trump's father, into the world, who became a construction worker, worked his fingers to the bone, decided to start flipping houses, and then started flipping or selling commercial properties. Next thing you know, he started making a really good, decent amount of money, which still happens to this day. There's a lot of people that do that. But his kid and his kids were doing really good, especially his son, Donald Trump. And he rewarded his kid like I would have too. But there is a little disconnect there with Trump in regards to the people that are kind of, struggling out there. That is probably the only thing that I can critique him on. And also critique him on what I believe is what I call the Michael Jackson and Mike Tyson syndrome. Meaning, there's a lot of people out there that he surrounds himself with that are his yes men. People that won't say no. They tell him what they want him to hear, not what he really needs to hear. And he needs to be told the dark truth sometimes. He needs to be given the reality of what's really happening. Now, more recently, I think it's been happening more so, but I think he needs a little more. And then I think he also needs to start vetting some more people in his cabinet. I really don't believe that everybody that is a part of or with his cabinet is really there for his benefit or our benefit. I think they're there for their lobbyists and donor benefits and future money-making profits of these corrupt people. And I think they're in there. I'm going to say Howard Lutnick is definitely on that list. I am concerned about Pam Bondi now. And that's when I go to this and I show you this, because the Russia collusion hoax, we all know, was bullshit. Okay, and if you think otherwise, then you're on the wrong channel. Get the fuck out of here. January 6th was a trap. We know that. If you don't think so, get the fuck out of here. You're on the wrong channel. Mar-a-Lago raid was a fucking complete total psyop and a bunch of bullshit, and the people that did that are criminals. And most of these people, auto pen Biden thing, Biden had no idea what the fuck he was doing the whole time he was in office. They told him what they wanted him to hear. Okay, you see the difference? Biden truly believed that everything he did was great in his mind. They made it appear in his mind that everything is fine. They didn't let him watch certain things. I would watch his face when somebody would bring up something that was obviously, blatantly, and absolutely unequivocal proven fact of something that he had probably never heard before, or seen, or knew of, or was privy of, or had any knowledge of this. And there were questions thrown at him, and on many occasions where he would go, "What are you talking about?" Something that everybody else knows about. Something that everybody else has fucking seen on TV or whatever. But they fed the guy what they needed him to feed because he was the illegitimate president, basically. And I'm going to keep saying that because I fucking know it. And I've got tons of proof to prove it to you. And the problem with his presidency is everybody around him was running the show. A fucking Easter bunny one of the years, I think it was the last year in 2024 or 2023, was telling him what to do. And he was going, "Okay, Easter bunny, okay, Easter bunny. Where do I go now? What do I do now?" I mean, that really happened. The guy was just a demented old fuck, and he was easily fooled and manipulated. 2020 election will definitely go down as in my opinion, a brilliant rigging process. They used COVID to make that happen. And then you have the Epstein pedophile arrest. Now, this is something that a piece of chess that I believe Trump is doing, is that he's going to wait for the Demoncrats, which we know they have a comp. You can't not think at all that the Demoncrats do not have a copy of all that stuff. Come on. You know somebody's got it in a hard drive somewhere. Probably most of the Demoncrats. Like I would guarantee that Bill Clinton has a fucking copy of it. And probably Hillary. And a few other people out there, and probably Israel has a copy too, and maybe some others. But the problem is everybody wants Trump to release it, but he's going to let them do it first because they might get desperate and just let it go. But they had 4 years to do that. That's what's really interesting. They could have easily done it in 2024. I mean, that would have been huge if you could have proven that Trump was on those planes doing all those things. You would have had a fucking landslide win for Kamala or whoever they didn't vote in any primary and snuck through there for everybody else to just go, okay, it's going to be that fucking person. Nobody voted for her. And that's so democratic, though. That's so fucking democratic. Right? Yeah, I am being facetious. And then there's the COVID part of that in 2020, which kind of interloops with themselves because COVID gave them time to push back the amount of time that it takes to count and rig and maneuver and do things with these ballots all over the fucking country. We're talking not just a few days, we're talking weeks, maybe, I think it was a little over a month, maybe a month and a half, that we didn't get results back until later. And what's really interesting is they said that Biden got 81 million and Trump got 60 something, 68, 69 million or something like that. And the total amount was more than the amount of people that actually voted, which is pretty crazy. I mean, that's pretty nuts. Let me open this up a little bit. Hang on. I feel small here. There we go. And then there's Benghazi, which we know the Demoncrats totally fucked that up really bad. And people need to go down for that. And then the Doge finding, which is great because, and God bless and may he rest in absolute and total peace. Charlie Kirk brought Elon Musk and Trump back together, and they shook hands, and Doge is going to be there. And I truly believe that Doge, and this is something that everybody's been talking about, and I've been pushing it since day one, Doge and the team should go into every single state, especially the blue sanctuary city states, counties, and states and go in there and find out what really was going on with these Dominican machines, these Eagle One machines, whatever these other machines, all these electronic voting machines, right? And do some serious research. Definitely in Hawaii, definitely in California, definitely in Oregon, definitely in Utah and Colorado, and a few other states on the East Coast, wherever. Michigan, definitely Illinois is for sure. Ukraine impeachment hoax, yeah. Really? That was just fucking stupid. But the thing about all this that I'm getting to in regards to Pam is people want Pam to do something. They really want Pam to actually start doing something. Now, we just heard about James Comey being being indicted, okay? But we want to see the actual indictment happen. We want to see all the committee and everybody that was involved in J6. I mean, I'm talking all this stuff. We want to see every major player in all this crap. Pelosi, Comey. We want to see Mayorkas for the border. I mean, that's another one too, for God's sakes. That's not even in this list, right? And just a bunch of other things. And a bunch of God, the list is so fucking long. We want to see it because I don't believe that the Democratic Party is going to be able to climb out of this hole at all. If Trump, and as I've stated many times, because he has definitely the royal flush at this poker table. And I know for a fact that if he goes all in, he could scare off everybody. And I think I think the play now could very well be is just hang on, slow play it. If you understand what I'm talking about, here comes the turn. Here's the flop. Here comes the turn. Now I got it. I got the royal, right? I got that 10 of spades that I needed, or diamonds or whatever. And then now I'm just going to slow play it. I'm going to limp in a little bit, not bet too much, and try to get as many of these fuckers in on this as possible. And I think that's what he's doing. I think Trump is going to definitely do this because a little bird told me on X the other day that he's going to wait till the midterms or when the midterms start coming. Then they can really start slamming him to let them know that, hey, guess what? You've been caught red-handed. Your entire party are a bunch of treasonous fucking criminals against this United States, against the voting republic of the United States, and you all need to go in prison, which we're doing right now because the charges are extremely sound. The evidence is completely unequivocal, and without a shadow of doubt, you are definitely going down. The Democratic Party that has been just a heinous group of people. And they've proven themselves to be that way. They've proven themselves to just be just god awful people. Most of them just fucking lunatics. Just beep, beep, right? Just fucking lunatics. It's just amazing, and it's kind of sad and pathetic at the same time, and shameful. But I do believe that it's going to happen. I think this entire list is going to come to fruition pretty soon. Remember, if you're going to take down a figure like Pelosi or a figure like Christopher Wray or Mayorkas or the other one will come by name. Was it Glenn Garland, Merrick Garland, right? And we're talking FBI, we're talking Department of Justice, we're talking the other guy, the border person, right? But all these guys will definitely and should be, charged with just treasonous acts beyond comprehension, beyond more. The things that this Democratic Party has done has been just extremely heinous and insidious beyond belief. It's just crazy. And it's real. That's the problem, which maybe some of you can't understand, is that it is real. It's actually is real. No, it is very real. And they need to go down, and they need to be brought to justice. We don't want people snipering them. We don't want people shooting them. If they want to off themselves, then, whatever you want to do. It's your life. Do whatever you want to do. But we want to see them in a court. We want all this information to be brought brought out, laid on the table, and let everybody read the cards to see that Trump actually, like I said, has the royal flush. He's limping in right now. He's not going to fucking go all in. He's going to wait until everybody bites. As many people at the table bite, and they will. But like I said, they could get desperate and release the Epstein files just for who knows why. But then Trump will come back over that and go, are you sure that's all that's in there? Because there's a little more that you didn't show us with your release of your version of your data that you want to select for your Epstein file exposure. And he'll probably, I think that's what he's doing. I mean, now Kash Patel he's either playing a really good role of being a good puppet for the FBI, but I think he wants to do well. I think he wants to do what's right as well. So I'm not going to doubt these guys. I just know this fucking team, this freaking cabinet, this group of people were 1,000 times more patriotic, more concerned, more realistic, more sane than the last group that they were trying to bring in, for sure. All right, let me get to this real quick. Hang on. Is it right here? Hang on. Okay, just want to make sure I got it right place. All right, so, world's largest supercluster. Yeah, see, this isn't. I just updated this, and I hate when this freaking happens. Church believes she thought. Is this Montauk? I think history's different too. Okay, see that, and maybe I got to refresh it and go back. Let me just check. Hang on, give me a second. I think I just needed to refresh it. Playlist, Montauk. Oh yes, okay. All right. And I'm going to go here.
What would really help the situation is if the Democrats wanted to negotiate maybe in good faith, but I don't think they do. Instead of working with the Republicans, Democrats tried to dominate social media with a...
Yeah, it was pretty cringe what these guys were doing. Because Trump trolled the sombrero thing with the Democrats. And they tried to come back with their own version, and it was just pathetic. It's like, no, you're not a good troller, man. Not saying that trolling's good. I'm just saying it wasn't a good troll job. If you know what I'm saying. It's a bad troll job. All right, here we go. So we're at... Schumer is trying to interrogate himself to socialists. Mike Johnson goes off on CNN. That was a good one. Air Force. I was watching the highlights. Go Air Force. It's hard. Go Navy. See, I'm fucking ex-Navy. My daughter's Air Force. It's a tough one to watch this. Okay, Navy. I want Navy to win. Sorry, just the way it is. U.S.-Israel relationship. You got to take a side sometimes, people. You got to take a side. If you have integrity, if you have a spine, you got to pick a fucking side. All right. Hamas agrees to release all hostages after Trump ultimatum. Wow. Yeah, that's coming out. Oh, I got to talk about it. Yeah, that's right. FBI director talks Comey indictment, January 6th, Antifa and more. Right, I guess it is happening. Breaking news, Trump. Let me watch this. Because And it's probably going to be a commercial.
I didn't know what nuts do to cortisol until I saw this.
One of the biggest mistakes for people who want to lose weight is eating cortisol-triggering foods, because cortisol is commonly known as the...
I want to thank the countries that helped me put this together. Qatar, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Jordan, and so many others. So many people fought so hard. This is a big day. We'll see how it all turns out. We have to get the final word down and concrete. Very importantly, I look forward to having the hostages come home to their parents and having some of the hostages, unfortunately, you know the condition they're in, come home likewise to their parents, because their parents wanted them just as much as though that young man or young woman were alive. So I just want to let you know that this is a very special day, maybe unprecedented in many ways. It is unprecedented, but thank you all, and thank you all to those great countries that helped. We were given a tremendous amount of help. Everybody was unified in wanting this war to end and seeing peace in the Middle East, and we're very close to achieving that. Thank you all, and everybody will be treated fairly.
Wow. Now this is the point I'm getting to. I'm going to tell you right now. All right? And a lot of people are saying this, and I'm going to say it because I have to, because with the insurmountable or a plethora of proof that Bibi's going to fucking betray Trump. I think he is. It's going to suck, and it's not going to be good, but I hope if he does, because he's probably thinking in his mind, God, I can't do this. I can't lose this cash cow. I can't lose this money. So now he's thinking about going after Ukraine. Excuse me, Hungary. No, excuse me. That's Ukraine going after Hungary. That's something. Sorry. He's always wondered I ran this. And the problem now is now it's up to if Bibi's going to fucking do it. I mean, what do you think? Do you think Bibi's going to find a way to sabotage this in some way? Yes. Yes, everybody's thinking that. Everybody's thinking that. Then he's going to blame Iran. He's going to blame the Palestinians. It's going to fucking be the same goddamn thing. Oh, they shot at us first. They keep shooting at us first. No, dude. We've been seeing. I've been looking at both sides of this for a long fucking time. I'm old. I've been watching it, and I'm telling you, the only reason why you guys keep doing this is because we keep giving you fucking billions and billions and billions of fucking dollars. We have given Israel, or Bibi and his fucking team of corrupt fucks, over $300 billion in a few decades. And it's just gone up dramatically, definitely within the past, 4 to 6 years. Easily. And people need to understand that. They don't want to lose that cash cow. Now, there could be a better deal for Bibi that he might take to say, hey, you know what? Leave them alone. Just fucking let them do their thing. Let's get some peace. Let's get some agreement. We're sick of the fucking just destroying the country, that little country in the middle. You know, whatever. It's just it just needs to fucking stop. And hopefully Bibi will come through, but I think he's going to find a way to try to fucking fuck this thing up, because he needs that military industrial complex shit going. He needs it. And people like him are everywhere. They're the Auschwitz Nazis. They're the Auschwitz Nazismers. You need to look up Netanyahu's real name. You need to look up a lot of these leaders and even these people that support him in our own cabinet and throughout in previous cabinets, and I think maybe this one, and Hollywood stars that have changed their names. That used to be a name like Auschwitz Nazilheime. I'm not kidding you. This is very prevalent. You know, it's a name that would come straight out of the census or the information of names coming from the Third Reich or that part of Germany back in World War II. I'm just telling you. If you need the information, I'll send it to you. That's all I'm saying. These people are not what you think they are. Like I said, and I'll say it again, nobody escaped from Auschwitz prison. Okay, the Holocaust, but nobody. If they did, it's because they wanted them to go. I am telling you right now that there were no escapees. These people that claim they were there, they were part of it. I would say at least 90% of them were part of it, and I'm sure the rest are not around, or maybe they were able to really escape. But I'm going to say that it's part of the plan. It's a part of the plan, and I can't see anything, so I got to put this on right now. So I apologize for that. But anyway, let me play this. I think this would be good for you guys to watch, because I want to see what's going on. Yeah, see, Hamas agrees to release all the hostages. Isn't that crazy? What's Bibi going to do? He's not going to do it. I'm telling you, he's going to fucking betray Trump. And I actually want him to. I actually want Bibi, and I know this is bad, but I want him to betray Trump so Trump can go, you know what, you little fuck? You little fucking piece of shit. Now you fuck with me. Right? Now you're fucking wrong move, buddy. Wrong move. That's what I want. But he's going to find a way to fuck this up. You know? Yeah, so that was good. I covered this about the spike protein and the mRNA vax. And Jimmy's looking into it now. Wow, way to go, Jimmy. I'm so glad you're ahead of the game. Okay, Dr. Campbell unleashed. There you go. So he comes on Jimmy Dore's show, and he's just unleashed about this thing. He knows it's a genocidal bioweapon. I know it's a genocidal bioweapon. Finally, Jimmy Dore understands it's a genocidal bioweapon. But you know what? At least they know now. That's all I have to say. Right? That's all I have to say. Sorry I didn't have this picture up. Let me open it up so you can read a little bit more. I'm just kind of going through these YouTubes because I go through a lot of different information. Yeah, and then this came out. This really happened. This really happened. I need you to watch this one. I'm going to play this and let you be the judge for yourself. And no, it's from Prager University. Well, go look it up. Just go look it up yourself then. If you don't think it's true, go look it up yourself. Right?
Amazon wants to ban this charger, but there's nothing they can do about it. Nobody believed me at first, but now everybody wants one. My friends roasted me for buying a fast charger online.
Skip. Here we go.
Manchester, England on Manchester police take down an alleged knifeman after an attack at a synagogue during Yom Kippur. California and New York are handing out no-name-given IDs to illegal immigrant drivers. Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling delivers a devastating response to the franchise's lead actress. And ICE arrests an Iowa superintendent who had faked his citizenship documents, was earning a six-figure salary, and oh yeah, was registered to vote. We'll get into all that and your quick hits right now. What's up, guys? Welcome to the wrap-up where we break down the biggest stories of the week that you might have missed but need to know. I'm your host, Heike. An alleged knifeman was shot multiple times by police outside a Jewish synagogue in Manchester, England on Thursday morning, as officers responded to an automobile and stabbing attack, which has now been deemed by police to be an act of terrorism. City Mayor Annie Burnham told local media that a car had been driven by a man at members of the public and that he had dismounted and attempted to stab people. The Daily Telegraph reported that Burnham said in a statement, quote, "This is a situation that is probably linked to the fact that it is Yom Kippur, a day of celebration for the Jewish community. We can only imagine how people are feeling when they hear this news, the fear this will bring." 2 people targeted in the attack have been confirmed dead, with 3 others considered in serious condition in the hospital from car ramming injuries or stab wounds. GB News revealed that the suspect was seen wearing a, quote, vest with wires, leading to the deployment of the bomb squad to the scene. Social media images from the scene show a well-built man dressed in all black with a large beard holding a knife. A charity in Britain, the Community Security Trust, recorded 1,521 anti-Semitic acts from January to June this year. These acts encompassed physical assaults, property damage, graffiti, online abuse, social media posts, and 3 instances categorized as extreme violence. Occurring on Yom Kippur, this follows the arrest, just 1 day prior, of an alleged Hamas cell in Berlin, Germany. Prosecutors allege this cell planned to assassinate Jewish people and had obtained firearms and a significant amount of ammunition. A cargo theft investigation revealed California and New York CDLs listing no name given in the first name field, issued under a policy where the DMV enters that name if the identity document says so. According to the New York Post, the discovery was made during Oklahoma's Operation Guardian, a statewide deportation effort put into motion by Governor Kevin Stitt. The raid ensnared 125 illegal immigrants, including a man who had a New York commercial driver's license with no name given in the place of his first and middle name. The New York Department of Motor Vehicles verified that the license is genuine. DMV spokesman Walter McClure released a statement saying, quote, "This commercial driver's license was issued in accordance with all proper procedures, including the verification of the individual's identity through federally issued documentation." But Governor Stitt wasn't having it, saying, quote, "If New York wants to hand out CDLs to illegal immigrants with no name given, that's on them. The moment they cross into Oklahoma, they answer to our laws." And Upward News reported that this isn't exclusive to New York, with examples coming out of the sanctuary state of California as well, leading many to say, what's the point of an ID if it doesn't identify you? Make sure not to miss PragerU's newest series, The Brief, hosted by Shabbos Kestenbaum. You'll hear from leading voices around the world and get fresh insights and analysis on breaking news. In this week's episode, Shabbos sat down with cartel and border threat expert Jason Jones. Check out this clip.
The fastest way to public safety is through mass deportation. Don't look at immigration issue the way you did 20 years ago. You can't. You have to look at it as to what happened in the last 4 years under the Biden-Harris administration. That means we have had people come into this country. We have no idea their backgrounds. We have no idea who they are. This is the public safety and national security threat that we are under. You can be assured that if you threaten ICE agents, you will be arrested just like you should be. It's a violation of the law.
To watch new episodes, go to PragerU.com today. J.K. Rowling, the celebrated author of Harry Potter, has long been a prominent champion for women's rights and spaces, resisting radical gender ideology even in the face of criticism from many in Hollywood, including some of those actors whose careers she helped launch. But Emma Watson, known for her role as Hermione Granger in the Harry Potter series, has long been a vocal critic of J.K. Rowling's views on trans issues. However, a recent interview suggested a shift in Watson's stance, which prompted a strong response from Rowling on X. During her recent appearance on the podcast On Purpose, Watson said, quote, "There's just no world in which I could ever cancel her out. I can love her. I can know she loved me. What she's done will never be taken away from me." While the show host praised Watson's response, Rowling didn't seem to find it very heartwarming. The esteemed author, who has received threats of death, sexual violence, and torture over the years as a result of taking a stand, posted her 700-word reply to Watson on X saying, quote, "I wasn't a multimillionaire at 14. I lived in poverty while writing the book that made Emma famous. I therefore understand from my own life experience what the trashing of women's rights in which Emma has so enthusiastically participated means to women and girls without her privileges." And then the author summed it perfectly, adding, quote, "Adults can't expect to cozy up to an activist movement that regularly calls for a friend's assassination, then assert their right to the former friend's love as though the friend was in fact their mother. Emma is rightly free to disagree with me, and indeed to discuss her feelings about me in public, but I have the same right, and I finally decided to exercise it." Last week, Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents arrested Ian Andre Roberts, the superintendent of Des Moines Public Schools. Roberts, who, as an illegal alien, had been earning a 6-figure salary. Roberts became superintendent in July of 2023 and was making roughly $286,000 a year after claiming to be an American citizen on employment eligibility forms. According to the New York Times, he presented a social security number and a driver's license to secure the job. He was placed on unpaid leave after his arrest. ICE agents carried out the arrest after confirming Roberts had a final deportation order issued in May 2024 by a federal immigration judge. Authorities found $3,000 in cash, a fixed blade hunting knife, and a loaded handgun in his taxpayer-funded government-issued vehicle during the arrest. Roberts School District praised his supposed commitment to, quote, diversity, equity.
If you own a gun, you know how important it is to train. And that's why you're going to absolutely love the Laser Strike Enhanced Target System.
This right here is the Digital Seal Target, and it's guaranteed to make you a better shot. Plus, it solves a ton of problems, like the problem of not having enough money to train with live ammo every day, or the problem of not having enough time to make it to the range, or the problem of going to the range and only being able to train in a certain way. With this, you don't have to pay money for ammo, you don't have to go to the range, and you can train in any way that you want. And the best part, it's super easy to use. It works like this. You just take your gun, the included bullet, drop it in like so, aim it at the target, and shoot. The target resets automatically, and it gives you audio as well as visual cues to let you know that where you shot is exactly where your bullet landed. Now you know that if things get bad, you're going to be effective at putting a round on target.
Inclusion and innovation in education as reasons for his selection. Roberts entered the U.S. from Guyana in 1999 on a student visa. Although he was ordered to be deported last year and failed to leave the country, his legal status since then remains uncertain, according to federal authorities. But despite this, he secured high-level education positions in Maryland, Missouri, New York, Pennsylvania, and Washington, D.C. And now it's time for Quick Hits. British primatologist Jane Goodall, who transformed the study of chimpanzees and became one of the world's most prominent wildlife advocates, has passed away at the age of 91. Former wrap-up host Cam Higbee was attacked during an open public discussion at the University of Maryland. The topic on his sign, "The left is violent. Let's talk." Waves coming in from dual hurricanes hit the shores of the Outer Banks of North Carolina, collapsing at least 5 homes. UK-based production studio Particle 6 has announced a completely AI actor that goes by the name Tilly Norwood. While the studio claims she is not a replacement for real people, human actress Emily Blunt reacted saying, quote, "Good Lord, we're screwed." PBS has given another reason to have its budget cut after revealing its reboot of the fan favorite Reading Rainbow will feature a TikTok librarian famous for their advocacy on keeping LGBT books in kids' classrooms. Walmart has joined the growing list of companies that are eliminating synthetic dyes from its products. The grocery store chain announced the dyes will be removed from all its private label brands, found in 90% of U.S. homes by January 2027. That's a wrap for this week. Make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment telling us what you thought about these stories, and we'll see you back here next week on The Wrap Up.
They just started doing the wrap up. A little too much for you? Ah, man, I'm going to tell you. I am going to end with the video, though. Coming up here. Maybe it's on my Facebook because I just grabbed it. Posts. I think I got to refresh. Oh, here it is. Here. Oh, let me get the sound. God darn it. My bad. My bad. Start again.
Want us to put back in. We found that under President Biden, and so we took out, and here's what they want us to put back in. We found that under President Biden, they were spending $3 million for circumcisions and vasectomies in Zambia. We took that out. The Congresswoman says, we're going to shut down government till you put that back in. We found $500,000 of American taxpayer money for electric buses in Rwanda. We found $3.6 million for pastry cooking classes and dance focus groups for male prostitutes in Haiti. I kid you not. I'm not making this up. It was in the budget under President Biden. We took it out. Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez in the socialist wing, the loon wing of the Democratic Party, says we're going to shut down government until you put it back in. I'll just read you a few more that we took out. They are demanding we put back in. $6 million for media organizations for the Palestinians. $833,000 for transgender people in Nepal. $300,000 for a pride parade in Lesotho. $882,000 for social media mentorship in Serbia. $4.2 million. We took it out. The Congresswoman and the socialist wing of their party says we got to put that back in for them open government. $4.2 million for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and intersex people in the Western Balkans and Uganda. I could spend the rest of the afternoon here. We took all that out. It upset Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez. It upset the socialist wing of her party. And now that wing of her party and the Congresswoman are threatening all other Democrats and saying, you've got to shut that government down until we get what we want. And part of what they want is to add this kind of stuff back into the bill. And that's what this fight is all about.
It's crazy. It's just fucking nuts. The USAID destroyed them. But now they said, you know what, we'll wait and we'll shut down the government so we can get our money back, our cash cow, and money laundering shit back. And that's what they're doing. That's it. That's part of it. Not just the immigration part. There's so many other crazy shit in there. I mean, the guy said, I can go on for days. And the stuff that I'm hearing on Facebook, because Facebook is pretty woke, sadly. It's still fucked up and just a bunch of wackos. Not worth my time. Not worth my time. And like I always say, you know, I shouldn't have to put the disclaimer here or mention this disclaimer, but if you want to be gay, go be gay. If you want to be lesbian, go be lesbian. If you want to be bisexual, go be bisexual. If you want to do whatever you want, just keep it away from our kids. Hey, let them grow up and let them pick and choose whatever they want to do, experiment. That's fine with me. I'm just part of life. I get it. But at the same time, we don't need to be pushing this shit and forcing people to do this and this all the fucking time. You know, a couple of holes, a couple of sticks. Right? That's part of the agenda of the World Economic Forum. Depopulation. Bill Gates. He's talked about it and mentioned it many, many times. That helps that agenda. That's the reason for all that. You may not get that part, but I've gone over it too many times to re-explain it, but it's basically what it is. Their goal is to depopulate the planet by at least 2/3 and hoard the rest for themselves. It's easier to control 2 to 3 billion people than it is 8 billion people. Okay, that's their mindset. They don't want to go anywhere else. They don't want to do anything. They want to keep total these NGOs, these predator class psychopaths that, you know, Stevie and I used to talk about this with, you know, Redneck Economics. And she had a great video where and it was the Edelman Group. And I can't find that video, and I hope she'll send it to me one day. But where one of the elitist crazy bitches was talking about how they're being the elites, and they call themselves elite. They actually call them us elitists. The elites are not being seen well. We need to fix our image. And I'm like, what did she just fucking say? And that's where they're at. That's who we're really battling. And these are the people that are controlling the Demoncrats, and they're all a bunch of sick, heinous, disgusting, satanic fucks. And they need to be outed. They need to be eliminated legally, justifiably, through the courts and the laws, not any other way. And I'm just saying that because that's the way I want to see it. I want it to be presented. I want discovery to happen. I want courts. I want charges. I don't want any more of these freaking dog and pony show hearings that Rand Paul just for some reason thinks is going to fucking help him. Hasn't done anything. And every time I see Fauci on fucking a hearing. I'm just like, that's doing nothing. Okay, but anyway, I think you guys get my point. I'm going to leave it at that. You can go look it up for yourself. If you have any questions or concerns or anything like that, please let me know. If you want to come on at any time, I'm easy to reach. I don't wear a mask. I don't wear anything. I'm fucking right here in the open. I've been talking like this for a long fucking time. And I'm going to tell you right now, I want us all to be and have health, wellness, love, support, a good time, enjoy ourselves, enjoy each other, live peacefully together. I think Trump wants the same thing, which most of you might disagree with, or some of you still may disagree with. That's your problem. But if you ever have any questions, if you want to come on, let me know. I'm easy to reach. It's in the notes. You can get in touch with me through Facebook. You can get in touch with me through my Twitter. And that's pretty much it. Anyway, thank you for being on. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being part of the show. I appreciate you guys being here. Maybe some people showed up. Let me just check real quick. Let me see. It might be here. All right, we did. Jordan was here. Hey, Jordan. Sorry I didn't mention you. Always following the money. Yep, exactly, buddy. Yep, exactly. Anyway, yeah. Come on, Pam. Let's get this started. We don't have time. This party needs to go. They're just a bunch of fucking crazy motherfuckers. They're idiots. It's just idiocy.